Well, hello there and welcome back to another beautiful day in this office. I personally welcome you to come and join. Grab your blanket, grab your favorite drink. Maybe you like to smoke some marijuana talking about your bottom end. I don't know, but anyway, welcome back. Let's start this video off with a very bold statement, and that is you will never ever be clean in your bottom end. I don't care what methods you've tried or what you think is going to kill all the germs or get you clean as possible. It's just not possible. You will never be clean down there. And this is not to make your OCD or your compulsive behaviors or your nervousness, your self-esteem take a deep dive in the deep end. This is so that you can come to terms with it, come to terms with that honesty, and therefore make adjustments or changes to your routine after you go number 2. And then be nicer to our anuses. Maybe our anus doesn't have to be terrorized. We don't have to itch all day long. We don't have to have that burning. We don't have to have that blah, blah, blah symptoms of our bottom and our anus being terrorized, okay? And that makes our lives happier when our anus is happy, right? When it's not complaining. So that's really the point of this video. And when we think about how we learn to wipe, right? And how we got to this point of, gosh, if I have a speck of poop down there, or if I didn't wipe 100%, didn't get that white, clean, champagne toilet paper wipe, then, oh God, life is over, the world is over, oh, I'm not gonna get this job, this girl or boy is not gonna like me, I'm gonna get made fun of. You think about that, God, it really stems from our child years when we were being potty trained, isn't it? Someone might have mentioned, oh gosh, that poop is so nasty. And I know I do this to my own kids, so I know I'm already terrorizing them and I'm setting them up for what I'm going through and what all of us are going through for cleanliness. But we can't help it. It's ingrained in here. It smells. It's not pleasant. You get the idea, right? But that's what grows, and then you don't want to be made fun of. Bullying, oh, when you're a kid is so bad, isn't it? And that's, again, society and what all of these social media and everything, that's what it teaches us. If we're not clean, we're not cool, and you're gonna be lonely, right? Isn't that the message here? But when our anus gets into trouble and it is crying, the tears are coming down the cheeks of the anus, coming down the wrinkles, maybe it's got, some people call it the brown eye, right? It's got a tear coming down the center of those wrinkles. It's saying, oh, you're wiping me, you're treating me so harsh, like what did I do to you? We've got to reconsider here, okay? And so you're never going to be clean, because why? This hole, even though you have your muscles to close the hole, you have poop there 24/7. Why? Because number one, your anus, if you flip this anus upside down, your rectum's up here, there's about 3 to 5 centimeters of muscle length here. And after you poop and you pinch off, it's not like you cut your poop with a loaf of bread and it's completely clean here. No, the entire length has wrinkles inside the anus here, inside the hole, and you're gonna have poop. You're gonna have little microscopic bacteria on the entire surface and on top of and outside of your anus, okay? And you may get the brown stuff or yellow stuff off, but you're never going to be able to eliminate every single little bacteria guy. If you think about wiping or changing the diaper of your own kids, right? Do you take that kid to the bath every time the kid does a potty in their diaper? No. Do we take the kid over and use the antibacterial dial soap and just rub it around that anus and make sure, like, oh yeah, we're gonna make sure he gets clean because that's what's healthy? No, we don't do that. We use a wipe, which these days is all about natural substances, doesn't have any harsh alcohol cleansers, definitely doesn't have the antibacterial agents inside there. It's soft, moisturizing, and we just wipe the child. And that's what we're doing to our own selves, right? Do you use Dial antibacterial soap or Clorox bleach onto your anus after you wipe? No. We just use dry toilet paper. Or we're using the same wipes that we use for our kids. Any of that stuff kill bacteria? No. It just gets the chunks off, if you will. And so right there, you're already dirty. Okay? You may not get Hershey's Hershey squirts or skid marks on your underwear, but you are dirty, okay? And so really to get the point across that if we're trying to be clean, it's not working. And so we should just be a little bit more gentler. Now you might tell me that Dr. Chung, yeah, I know I'm not gonna get all the bacteria. That doesn't bother me, but those nasty brown stains, like I don't want any of that stuff. And so I'm gonna tell you here, you know, when you have those wrinkles extending for 3 to 5 centimeters and you're reaching up inside the anus to scoop things out, you're terrorizing the inside of your anus. And I've said before, the inside of your anus is a very gentle, delicate, fragile lining. It's turning into intestinal lining from the skin on the outside. Oh, it cannot take a joke at all. Not at all. It's really, really going to start bleeding, going to start itching, and you're going to think it's hemorrhoids, and then you're going to wipe even harder, because guess what happens when you get an anal flare of anything? People think that it's because of the poop that it makes it worse. So you may think that scooping things out, scrubbing harder is going to benefit your anus. You know, it's better to get it clean and suffer the consequence of a little bit more friction. But I'm telling you, the poop is not that big of a deal for the anus. It's you. Again, the anus is terrified of our behavior. And so that's the big thing here, is if we have a little dime on our tissue paper, maybe a nickel, okay, that's okay. Really it is. Your anus is not clean anyway, so a little dime or a little smudge, really, is it that much of a difference? It's not going to be like a huge smatter of poop on your underwear at all. And the other thing is that, yes, if you keep digging in there, you'll get bigger pieces of poop out. The other caveat I'll tell you this happens for people with soft poop, which is what we all should have. Our anus hates hard and liquid poop. So if your poop is soft, you're going to have poop through the entire length of this anus here, and therefore you're always going to have a nickel or a dime size stain there when you wipe enough. And that's the compromise there, okay? So I highly suggest that we think about and be a, what do you call that? Be an advocate for our anus and say, anus, I'm learning about you. I understand how delicate you are. I want to be clean at the same time. So let's come to a middle ground, and I'm going to wipe less often, less deep, less force, less friction, and maybe I'll use a bidet. Maybe I'll just use the shower instead and really get things clean. So I hope this video was enlightening for you, and I hope that we can all be a great advocate for bottom ends and a healthier bottom and a happier bottom end. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.